I'm a pedophile currently under arrest. Hello everyone. Hey, it's time to make a track about my mental illness. I'm a pedophile. Let me clarify right away that I've never touched children. The reason for this trend is that I want to show you that many pedophiles are suffering people, not the maniacs from news headlines. My diagnosis is something we get no support for, and we have nowhere to turn for help. I'm sure that among the users of this site, there are quite a few people with the same diagnosis, as well as those who became their victims. Let's discuss the problem from both sides. What got you arrested? How did you realize you had this issue? Did you turn yourself in because you were afraid you might hurt someone? Hey, solid questions. I got caught for downloading one image. They traced my IP. I didn't create it or share it. I figured out something was off with me back in my teens. At first, I thought I was just into people my own age, but as I grew up, I realized I wasn't wired like most. No, I never turned myself in. Admitting this would have ruined my life. A job gone. Everything. I'm absolutely sure I'll never act on it. Have you been to prison yet? Is it as bad for people like you as they show in movies? Still waiting for my court date. Since I never hurt anyone, I probably won't do real time for one mistake, but if I do end up inside, I'll just say I'm in for something else. Here, cops aren't allowed to tell inmates what you're charged with. Prisons aren't as wild as Hollywood makes them. You say you'd never hurt a child, but doesn't consuming that kind of content still harm kids? You're part of the demand. Let more kids suffer because of it. You're not wrong, I won't pretend otherwise. But here's the thing, the way this stuff moves around, the people making it don't even know who's seeing it. There's no real feedback loop, so someone like me downloading something doesn't directly fund new material. Still, it's a weak excuse, I know that. Do you want to have kids of your own someday? Yes, and I know 100% I would never put them in danger. What age group catches your attention? My buddy got caught with a huge stash of illegal material. Totally blindsided everyone. He coached youth sports, seemed like a regular guy, swore he never crossed the line. But what he had, it involved really young kids. How does anyone end up there? I've come across that stuff. Turns me off completely. For me, it's girls roughly 11 and up. It's the innocence, the untouched vibe. That's what hooks me, not just about looks. There's an emotional pull too. Hope you can handle all the hate. I read about a guy who got a brain tumor. It triggered this in him twice. Super rare. Question: if they could fix you with surgery, would you do it? Yeah, I know that case. Sometimes this is linked to brain damage. I had stitches on my forehead at birth. I've wondered if that played a role. If a brain operation could fix it, I'd be first in line. But chemical stuff? No way. I want kids. I want a normal life. We just don't have real help for people like me. Not yet. Ever consider extreme measures like, removing the urge permanently? Nope. Too drastic. I want to be a dad. I believe I can control myself and live responsibly. Do you feel attraction to adults your age? Yes, I'm dating someone in her 20s right now. I was mistreated from age 6 to 9. Thank you for being honest. Most don't. Stats say only 2 to 5% of people who've done wrong ever admit it. Did your family find out? How'd they react? Do you use anything to cope? Alcohol? Weed? To avoid slipping? I get it if you're trying to numb the pain. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Yeah, my family knows. Police searched their house too. I lied. They said it was an accident. Didn't want my mom to know the truth. She'd be heartbroken, but she'd still love me. I drink or smoke weed sometimes. Not often. Weed helps with anxiety. I've got strong self-control even when I'm not sober. How can parents spot if their kid has this issue? How does a wife know? If someone in my family turned out to be like this, what should I do? Do you talk to your family about it? Tricky. If a teen has photos of younger kids, it might just be curiosity or early confusion. Doesn't prove anything. I was obsessed with hiding everything. Wiped my laptop constantly. Now kids use phones. Parents should check search history, talk openly about adult content, and explain why some things are off limits and harmful. If a friend has this struggle, treat them the same. Their life is already hell. If they're locked up, they're not a risk anymore. This is a person fighting a war inside their head every day. Ever seen a woman in the same situation? No, only men. I know women get charged for inappropriate relationships with teens, but I've never seen one seeking out illegal content. This world, it's almost entirely men feeding other men. Did they charge you with hands-on offenses? No, but others have. I was that child. That pain sticks with me every day, and because people still find that content. You accessing it keeps the hurt going. You're seeing me without permission. I respect that you know it's wrong, but if you care about those affected, why keep looking? You say your views don't create demand, but they do. Middlemen pay creators. That's how the cycle continues. It's an addiction. I'm not proud. I hate it and need it at the same time. Like someone hooked on something they know ruins lives. I'm not making excuses. I'm just being honest. You say you'll never act, so what separates someone who only consumes from someone who harms a child? The ones who cross the line usually have other issues. Lack of empathy, distorted thinking, maybe encouragement from dark corners of the internet. They don't see the damage. There are online groups that push people further, share worse and worse things. That's where the danger grows. How do they even track people in the dark web? If you get convicted, could you give up others to reduce your sentence? It's nearly impossible to trace users, but law enforcement sets traps. They recently took over a major site, collected data for weeks. I'll likely get probation, so no deal to make. But anyone who actually hurts a child, I'd turn them in without hesitation. This whole industry makes me furious. I wish it didn't exist. Did you have a normal childhood? Friends? Sports? Quiet kid, got picked on a lot. Dad died young. Family loved me, but school was rough. How hidden is this stuff online? You can't just Google it. Tell me about the underground side. You won't stumble on it by accident, but if you know where to look, certain forums, image boards, encrypted networks, file sharing links, it's there. I started on regular adult sites, then found hidden boards with model photos. People traded links and private messages. I avoided that. Later, anonymous chats with code words led to cloud storage drops. Eventually, the deep web. Everything in one place, but it's full of dangerous people. Stay away. The internet enables way too much, and honestly, there are more people like me out there than anyone wants to admit. Thanks for opening up. Do you have other mental health issues? Did you ever try talking to a therapist before getting caught? Yeah. OCD and depression. The depression comes partly from this. I saw a therapist for mood stuff, but I was careful not to say too much. Scared of being reported. Tried one support organization once. They only help if you've already offended, not prevention. So you're under arrest now. Do they offer any therapy? In my country, people with this diagnosis get treatment to manage urges. They checked if I was suicidal, gave me a helpline number, haven't called, too anxious, and I've spent my life hiding. I did reach out to one group once. We emailed a bit, then nothing. Guess they decided I wasn't a risk. Real help still doesn't exist for people like me, not before it's too late. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts about this in the comments. See you tomorrow.